the events, technical, and production services for this particular sector, for the triple BEE sector code. And this is a process that is ongoing. It has been started by members of the industry, and they've been working very hard behind the scenes, developing and consulting to put together a draft, and now a process of taking that draft to the sector stakeholders and industry players, started in 2021 last year. By way of phase one, it was done through webinars. And what we are doing now, the process is in its second phase, where a series of consultations will take place nationwide, physically, like we're having one and now. So the purpose of doing these kind of consultations is to engage with the different stakeholders and the different elements of the industry, so as to get interaction, inputs, and comments on what the members of the forum have put together. And we really encourage participation, and feel free to put forward your submissions and your views on what you think in terms of this particular sector code. And the process is currently structured into 3 sessions. So this is session 1, and we have clustered different provinces or stakeholders from different provinces. Like here today, we have the main, let's say where we are today is the Western Cape. So we'll have stakeholders from the Western Cape and stakeholders from the Northern Cape, as well as the Eastern Cape. So you're all welcome, and be free to participate and interact with the members of the forum. I do not wish to belabor, but you would have also had an opportunity as you were registering to interact with the background, and I think there were handouts so that people who have not had an opportunity to look at the background can peruse through it, as well as through that registration platform. The actual document was also circulated. We are going to make hard copies handy, and of course, indeed, we are sensitive to the environment, so we were careful not to just print out, but we wanted to first see how many people are there, and then we will print according to the numbers that are present. And in that note, I would like to thank you and welcome everyone, and welcome the members of the forum here behind me. They will introduce themselves through the Honorable Deputy Chairperson, Mr. Kevin Jones. And in that note, may I invite you to give a round of applause for yourselves and welcome Mr. Kevin Jones to address us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colin. So, hello everybody. Just to give you an idea of the schedule for this morning, we're going to kick off by providing you with some feedback on the work that we've been doing over the course of the last few years. I need to be honest, this was a process that started pretty much 10 years ago, after Freddie and Yatela delivered a presentation to the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee and spoke to the Portfolio Committee about the failure of the events and entertainment industry to embrace a commitment to transformation. Shortly after that, Dsac was tasked with establishing the Event Technical Production Services Industry Transformation Forum, which is represented by this group here. And many of the people that serve on the council today have served on this council since it was established 10 years ago. I have to admit that I'm not one of those people that have a 10-year badge. I only joined it 8 years ago, which is why I look younger than Younger than some of the others. The schedule for the morning, we're going to...
Warmed up, okay, he's getting warmed up.
The schedule for the morning, we're going to kick off with a brief presentation with that feedback. And then hopefully two of our colleagues are on their way from the airport. Julia and Zimande will lead us through a discussion about the information, and at that stage we'll then break up into smaller groups so that we can engage with each other. The objective of today is not just to present information to you, but also to gather information from you about what you see as the challenges facing us in the film and entertainment industry. What could we be doing to drive a BEE agenda, but also what could we be doing to ensure that we create an environment where we create a stronger industry, where we generate new jobs, and where we create an environment where entrants that are coming into the sector can look forward to a sustainable future. So we have a fairly broad spectrum of activities that we need to engage in. As Colin said, I'm the Vice Chair of the what we call the Event Technical Production Services Industry Transformation. Introduce themselves. Before I do, just to recognise several members of our panel that aren't able to join us today. So Opar Salamani, the chairman of the Transformation Forum, unfortunately stuck in Johannesburg, and Opar is one of the founders of SAMPA, the South African Music Promoters Association. Chana Mpololo should be joining us shortly, also active within the Music Promoters Association. Janet Landy, local chair of IFIA, the International Festival and Events Association, and Sue Gannon, previously general manager of EXA, the Events and Exhibitions Association, and now one of the directors of CEPA, the Council of Event Professionals Africa. In developing this program, we gathered input from a large number of associations and external stakeholders. And so for everybody that's contributed input over the last couple of years, thank you very much. Perhaps I could ask the panel behind me just to introduce themselves, starting with...
Me. My name is Gabby LaRue. Let me just get up to show you guys some respect. Look, there's not many of you, but from our side, we really want to show our appreciation for you guys turning up. My name is Gabby LaRue, musician, composer. Some of you might know my work, but essentially, in this context, I'm the General Secretary of TUMSA, the Trade Union for Musicians of South Africa. Activist and 100% committed to transformation in every level of our South African society. It's great to be with you this morning. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Leanne Alder. I am the current GM of EXA, the Events and Exhibition Association of Southern Africa. We deal mainly, as I said, in exhibitions and events, but we are also connected to AV companies, to film, audiovisual, musicians, etc. They all belong in some way or another to EXA. There's a spot for everyone. So thank you for being here today, and I hope you get the best out of our presentation.
Hi, everybody. My name is Quentin Fredericks. I'm a filmmaker, producer, skills facilitator, social activist, and currently co-chair of the Independent Producers Organization that represents 80% of the independent production sector in South Africa. I joined this process about a year ago, but we started an initiative like this under the then Cape Film Commission in 2006 when Martin Cuff was still the commissioner. And that process, for reasons we don't fully yet understand, faltered way back then. So my participation came as a result of my involvement in the audiovisual reference group, which was set up by Dsac about 2 years ago, following a industry